Been a while since you heard someone on your TV raise alarms about America's energy deficit. That's because it no longer exists. In fact, the U.S. has gone from a buyer to a seller. National correspondent William Lajeunesse in North Dakota tonight tells us how things changed so much so quickly.
We have among the most abundant energy reserves on the planet.
10 years ago, you wouldn't know it. The U.S. imported 70% of its crude oil and 80% of its natural gas, according to government figures. That is no longer true.
We've gone from potentially being a big natural gas importer and even more of an oil importer to being the world's largest producer of petroleum and natural gas for 5 years running.
Thanks largely to fracking, U.S. oil imports have fallen dramatically, while exports are up to 7 million barrels a day. Instead of getting 70% of the country's oil imported from OPEC, today it's just 34%, as domestic production doubled in the last decade. And next year, some experts say the U.S. could overtake Saudi Arabia as the world's #2 producer.
When you've got an industry that's now centered in North America, not the Middle East, it can change defense budgets, it changes political alignment, and changes everything.
North Dakota is now the second largest U.S. oil producer after Texas. OPEC tried to drive U.S. producers out of business by oversupplying the market and driving down prices in 2015. Thinking shale drillers couldn't make money under $60 a barrel, they were wrong.
Now people are making money at $40. They've cut it in half. It used to take 30 days to drill a well. Now they can drill one in 12 days.
It's not just oil. For the first time in 60 years, the U.S. exports more natural gas than it imports, mostly by pipeline to Canada and Mexico, but also by tanker to Europe as LNG, or liquefied natural gas. Last month, the federal government said LNG exports would quadruple this year over 2016 and double next year, bringing in more than $1 billion a month in revenue. To many, the U.S. energy renaissance is an untold story. And while the U.S. is not yet energy independent, it is becoming energy dominant. That is something President Trump will touch on tomorrow from this refinery, which turns shale oil into gasoline for the U.S. and export. Right?
William Lajeunesse, live in North Dakota. William, thank you.